they had to admit it. When they went to trial, all four officers got acquitted. Ahmaud Arbery, his skin made him a target. Two racist white men shot him while he was jogging. Betty Jones was inside of her house the day after Christmas when shots rang out. A bullet traveled inside of her home and slaughtered her. No charges were filed against the officer. Cornelius Brown, cops chose to kill. They shot him 7 times. He was mentally ill. Dominic Fuller was murdered to get stranger. They say he had a gun. All he had was a stapler. Eric Garner, he was a father, but now a martyr. Ain't deserved to be slaughtered. His last words, I can't breathe. Moment of silence. The officer who killed him didn't even get indicted. Emmett Till, 14 years old. They claim he flirted with a white woman. How cold. They took off his clothes, called him a nigger, lynched him and threw him in the Tallahassee River. Freddie Gray had his spinal cord severed, killed in a police van after arrested. 6 officers got charged. This is ridiculous. 2 years, 4 trials, no convictions. George Floyd, 3 officers nailed on him. He told him he couldn't breathe. They didn't care for him. The country rioting everywhere for him. Fuck those cops. I have no fear for him. H. Hector Rowan, he was unarmed. The cops shot him dead. He cried for his mom. India King, a Navy vet. The passenger in the vehicle was a suspect. Her baby in the back seat. The cops started shooting. The officers were cleared of criminal wrongdoing. Jamal Clark, restraint wasn't enough. They shot him in his head while he was in handcuffs. Al Coppin was mentally ill, but they say he had a gun. All he had was a hairbrush. The cops shot him. A king with the coroner. No charges were filed against the officer. LeVar McDonald jaywalking. They shot him to the ground. Murdered without a warning. Alleged that he pulled the knife and tried to rush him. The video proved they lied. How disgusting. Mike Brown, the suburbs of Ferguson. Allegedly a cop drove by. He had words with him. The officer shot him. He did nothing wrong. Why did they have to kill him? The man was unarmed. And Nathaniel Pickett, rest heavenly. He was brutally murdered by a sheriff deputy. Oscar Grant, the world knows his name. He was traveling, the cops grabbed him off the train, placed him on his knees, laid him on his chest, they shot him in his back, made him peacefully rest. Philando Castile traffic stop. He was legally strapped. He informed the cop. The officer got nervous. A murder was committed. Charged with manslaughter, but he got acquitted. Quintonio LeBret called the cops 3 different times before he got shot. Allegedly, they say he charged at him with a bat. But since he made the call, it's hard to believe that. Rodney King, they beat him with billy clubs. They blame us, but the cops are really thugs. The verdict was not guilty. How shifty. That sparked the worst riot scene since the 60s. Sandra Bland, traffic stop. The racial profiling of us has to stop. 3 days later, she was hanging in the cell. They proved it a suicide. The truth shall prevail. Terrence Franklin was cornered in the basement. He tried to surrender, got executed by hatred. The U stands for the unknown, who died by racism. Their faces weren't shown. Victor LaRussa, they thought he had one, but after they killed him, they never found the gun. Walter Scott, the world loves you. The cop said he feared for his life in the scuffle. The video proved he lied, revealed facts. He ran for his life, 8 shots in his back. Xavier Roby was riding his bike. Point blank range, they shot him and took his life. Yusuf Hawkins was shot down in 1989 by some racist clowns. Jamil Crawford was chased to his death, rammed into a wall, he took his last breath. Zimmerman, I know you think you got away with it, but everyone has karma, yours gon' be my favorite.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and they are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Got to get it out quick. This is going to be a quick show tonight. You know why? Because this is something different tonight. I forgot what I named it. Everything Must Go. First salute to Mixed Mommy 1980. You are the first one, so you get the plug. I've seen you before, different rooms, and We appreciate your support here on American Culture Topics. Just for joining us. Tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But I definitely appreciate you. So, everything must go. Is that a culture? Maybe, maybe not. Everything must go. So, recently, there's been a lot of looting in the United States. So, I don't know who those people are that's doing these things, but they did that, and it is now done. Here we go. D holla, salute, and I'm just want to see if I can read this. I don't have my glasses on. I love my glasses. Don't play music. Okay, I got you. See and that's some of the things that it's going to be working on because everything must go. So even this computer must go. We get another one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but there's a lot of things going on out there, and I did not partake. Now, do I feel proud? No, not really. I just feel like I'm a man of a certain age, and that's not my way to combat the problems that's going on. I have different means. One is by this platform. I march. I take the time, donate to causes, try to speak to the children when available, try to talk to those that are poorly educated about our situations, and explain it to them in their language the best I can. So these are some of the things that I do. But this is everything must go. Everything must go. So at the end of the show, you're going to get a notification. I'm going to tell you where you can get all these things. So without further ado, who likes watches, huh? Who likes watches? This is a Galaxy watch, okay? Now, I know some people that have iPhones. I'll get to you soon. But for those Android, Samsung people, you want to get you an iWatch. It's kind of similar to, when Fitbit came out. So you'll have some of those health conscious things. It'll keep track of your steps, let you get weather reports. You can even set, alarms. So you don't have to pull out your phone. You can link it to your phone and get all this good information. I got about 15 of these left, okay? So just, we got time, all right? So Galaxy Watch. Also, the Apple Watch. Now, the Apple Watch is a little bit different because it's going to take a little bit of time to try to break down Apple and their little systematical ways of trying to track things. Wait a minute. I'm saying you don't have to worry about that because you're purchasing it. Okay? Remember that. And if you get anything, you'll just get a ticket. The Apple Watch, I have 10 of those, okay? And it's funny, like these watches, it's really just the watch part. You can change the band to whatever you want. I've seen like jewel looking bands. I've seen like band look like a gold watch. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, watch. That's one of those. Since I got more of the Samsungs, I'm gonna use this one for now. But yeah, everything must go. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I feel like the way this Constitution is set up, it must go. It's failed. It failed horribly. It just, first of all, you write in the Constitution while you have people enslaved. So when you actually decide to remove slavery, when you try to address the 13th Amendment, you go, okay, there's no more slavery except a means of punishment in the criminal justice system. Okay, so if you unfairly disproportionately go after a certain group in the criminal justice system, then yeah, you just reclaim your slaves. You're slick. You're very slick. Um, but a watch is fun, but you might already have the watch, you know what I'm saying? So I got these drones, okay? Now, I'm not a drone enthusiast, so I don't really, know, but I got about 3 of these, okay? And if this one doesn't have the camera on it, um, we'll get to the camera next. But what you can do with those is, you charge it up and you fly it with your controls, and that thing goes up in the air. You can, if you have a message you got to deliver to your kids upstairs, just fly the drone upstairs, okay? All right, so there's 3 of them. Oh, I didn't mention none of the prices. So the Galaxy Watch is going to go for about $100, okay? And if you check the market, you're winning. The Apple Watch is going to go for 150, and once again, you check the market, you're winning. So remember that. Don't ever think you ain't winning. The drone, I don't see a lot of them out there. I'm going to sell the drone for about $50. There's 3 of them, $150. That's about $150 profit. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? All right. Yeah. And that drone, it's like a little big brother, because that's kind of what's going on right now. A lot of major cities today, you have the National Guard there, and they're just watching and protecting over areas. In Philadelphia, during the protests, one of the main issues that a lot of the rioters, because you have to start breaking down and understanding the English language when it comes to unrest in America. You have your protester, you have your rioter, and you have your looter. Now, all 3 of those are different people, so you have to keep an eye open for the context. So we had some rioters, and rioters, okay, protesters march, they're upset for the injustice. Rioters, they are upset for the injustice, and they also decide to cause destruction by breaking things. And looters are people who see an opportunity to go into stores and take everything that they think they will want or want to sell. Now, getting back to everything on the docket here. So rioters were in Center City last week, and they wanted to take down the statue of a former mayor called Frank Rizzo. So there's a statue of this guy, and I guess he's known for having questionable police tactics as a police commissioner. He also was nominated to be the mayor of Philadelphia, and before he died, he was actually running for governor. So it's pretty interesting. He ended up with a statue, and it seems like every time we have protests that start leading into the riot zone, his statue becomes the number one focal point of people wanting to take it down. And they pretty much got that thing stuck in position pretty well, so nobody has ever been able to get it down. He got spray painted on this weekend, so the city decided to remove the statue. So it's finally they kind of picked it up overnight once the National Guard showed up and took him and got him up out of here, as they should. Take all the statues down. Yeah, just not Nick Foles. He got us that Super Bowl. He gets his trophy, his statue. But salute to Rise Girl 37. Thank you for joining us. So in the midst of the looting, it's a sad thing that a lot of like pharmacies have been looted to the point where they had to be shut down. And there's people who, older, possibly still scared of the coronavirus, older age, some type of health issues that can cause them not to want to be outside. And now they can't get to their prescriptions and things like that. So you can share the video with them, or you can get them, or you can show them and let them know, or do it for them. Here, I got something called elderberry, okay? Now I got about like 3 of these. And elderberry is good for you, okay? You really only need like a tablespoon. Put it on a tablespoon. Take it down once or twice a day, okay? I don't know how much it's worth, but I'm gonna sell those for $10, okay? So that can get the people who do not have access to their pharmacies right now, based on the looting and rioting. So we can get them, all right? So that's $10. Red Raz girl, you missed some of the stuff earlier. So earlier, we got these Galaxy watches. Everything must go. We got Apple watches. I got these drones. It's 3 drones, and letting everybody know after towards the end of the show, how we can get these things. Because they don't want to do it right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we got the elderberry. What about the kids and people? Pedialyte, okay? Pedialyte is good for you, okay? Now, I only grabbed one of them because they're kind of heavy. And it's kind of, it's just taking up too much space right now. I'll throw that in with the elderberry, okay? So you take your elderberry and you get you some Pedialyte, and that'll keep you, keep you healthy, okay? Yeah. Speaking of the health, now I'm an expert at making the sea moss. So, I can make sea moss for you, and depending on where you are, I can get it to you, all for a reasonable price. Hit me up behind the scenes, and I got you. Okay, Speaking of got you, didn't America get you last week? Because prior, we was like in a situation where Democratic nominee Joe Biden decided to finally join a member of the Breakfast Club, this guy named Charlemagne the God, and he was just out there. He's the Democratic nominee. He's out there. He's running his mouth. He's talking all proud about his record, and then without even being prompt, he told Charlemagne that, anybody who's still concerned about whether to vote for him or Trump, they ain't black. And he was about to catch it for that. But something happened. He kind of went away the wayside because our minds had to, now focus on something else, which is civil unrest, police brutality, police executing people. Okay, no, not safe. If I see a cop, I might have to get the running out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because my black skin is a threat. You got a problem with my hair? By the way, it's nappy as I don't know what under here because I ain't had a haircut in weeks. But forget that. Why are you so upset at me for trying to live? What is wrong with you people? What do I mean by you people, right? I know. So we got to stay strong, people. That's why when I was at the fitness store, I saw this. It's a sauna suit, okay? This is very light. So I grabbed like 10 of these. So if you get you a sauna suit, right? I'm only going to sell this for like $5, okay? So with the sauna suit, you put this on your body, right? And you're working out. And when you're working out, you sweat more. Because if you sweat more, that means you're kicking your workout in the extra gear. You know what I'm saying? So think about that for a second. Sauna suit, okay? Top and bottom. I got 10 of them. $5. $5 each. Come on now. All right, you're like, his product's getting a little cheap, right? Okay. Now, Milkman was talking about splitting something through the OBS. Hey, man, on some real stuff, I need to spend some more time. I've been sitting here looking at the system like, okay, well, what can I do with this system? Now, I only got one of these, and I'm not keeping it. I should, because it probably would work better with my system. You ever see this? Huh? What'd that say? Microsoft, right? Yes. Microsoft Surface, okay? Surface Pro, okay? Listen, I only got one. I looked at it. I put it back in the box, all right? I got one. Microsoft Pro, the Surface Pro, all right? I know this thing costs some money. I know it's like a stack, all right? Today only, because everything must go. Today only. $400. $400. All right. Listen. I see a purchaser for that sauna suit. That's what's up. $400. Ain't no game, all right. I know some of y'all waiting for the next stimulus. Some of y'all got some dollars, all right. I know it's hard out here. That's why these prices are so low, okay? And support black business, okay? Man, that's another thing. How black business, one of the things I always notice about America and our, communities, I go to Chinatown, which is like right next to Center City in Philadelphia, and I go down the street and I see, every store, and pretty much a Chinese person is running the store or restaurant, Chinese person. Okay. We got a Little Italy. We call it 9th Street in South Philly. It is. But we got this it's like Little Italy, right? They had to start integrating, but at one time, basically, it was just Italians up and down, merchants. And hey, okay. I got a little section. It's a section that I know about that's like all African stores. And it's just like, it's great. But in the black neighborhood, our stores are everybody's stores. We have Chinese store. We have the Poppy store. We have, the franchises, the Popeyes, the KFCs. We got all this going on. Hey, CMOS. All right. I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna tell you how to get the order in later on. Thanks for joining, man. I see women in the chat. Salute to having women in the chat. Oh man, it's so great because see, my co-hosts don't know what he's missing. See, but back to what I'm saying. We have these black communities without black stores. What if our legislators and legislation made it so that our neighborhoods had to have black-owned stores or black-ran franchises? Because you can't keep out. I'm just saying, if Chick-fil-A wanted to move into my neighborhood, I'm going to let Chick-fil-A move into my neighborhood, but I would hope the franchise was ran by a black person. I just need to know that we are a part of the community because when things go wrong, maybe there may be a little bit of more concern for the betterment of the community. I always think about that. Yep, I talked about the Italian market. This is a Philly person. Yeah, 9th Street. We just trying to get it. We just trying to get it better. So to get me better, no. I'm not going to show this on the screen, but I did run across a couple big screens. You want 4K? Let me know. You want 4K? Let me know. Okay. Does everybody have a Roku? I don't even know what a Roku is. I'm trying to read up on it. But yeah, I'm getting a little older. So we got a 4K. Here we go. Needs to be more black-owned banks and loaners. Big facts. I was doing some studies, I think a year or two ago, and found out there was about 22 black-owned banks across the United States. 22. Luckily, I got one, but you're right. The neighborhood's going to have check cash in place that's usually not black-owned. Beer store that's not black-owned. Neighborhood stores, I'm just saying, it's just so many that's in that community that's not, they take their money and go. Why I say they take their money and go? Because they do. Unless they are sponsoring like the PAL for the football team for the little kids. They hosting events, they sponsoring events where the kids have little issue. We can shut down and have block parties, and you want the little bouncing moon bounce thing outside. Are the stores sponsoring that? No. That's tax write-offable money, but nobody's forcing them. I've talked about on here for days where I couldn't be let go for a nickel. That's your business. That's your right. But I know you're not spending a nickel to fix anything or to help anything in this community. So I wish that could happen. That would go and do wonders for some of this equality that we want monetarily. As far as the police force and how they act, well, honestly, we get dash cams. We give them dash cams that don't work or body cams that don't work. I never seen the dash cam not work, the one that sits in the car. But I've always seen issues with the body cam. But I can have my camera on my phone and just recording, and it'll never cut off. So I guess the police are getting bad technology when it comes to recording them. So that's the first start, is to fix that. Should a cop have a license? Should a cop be licensed where they have to, constantly reapply? Should we know what a cop can and can't do? Yes. How do we really expect a cop to tell us what we can and can't do? No. All you want to say is when he's putting the handcuffs on me that I had a right to remain silent. But so that's some of that stuff that's going on. I don't I don't like Alexa or any type of speaker devices, but I grabbed them by mistake. So I got 6 of these, like, I don't know what they are. Like Google, I don't know what they are. They just, you talk and it answers. And so I guess you got to hook it up to your phone or your internet or whatever. I don't really want them, so they're gonna be $20. I don't know. It's just like sometimes these items, you feel like you grab something that you ain't had no business grabbing. But yeah. So you do you guys have any questions on any of those items? Like I said, at the end, I'm going to let you know how we can get them. What city? Philadelphia. Yes, they've been going crazy. Um, with reason. Donald Trump has even tweeted about Philly and how everything's going on up here. We've had many of issues involving police. We had one time there was like this fake raid by these cops, these narcotics cops, and first thing they did, they came into the store, and then they tried to unplug the camera. So they figured he's like, this the feed, this the only camera, this the feed. He's asking the guy who's at the store. He said, yeah. So he unplugs it, but there's another camera that's just constantly recording, and it's showing them taking his stuff out of his store. Those cops were fired. The police union showed up. The police union showed up, and they got these cops their jobs back. It don't stop. That's all we're saying. There's been plenty of other instances where police have done things that they have no business. I saw a pizza delivery guy get shot. It's just a whole lot of bad things, and cops get away. Oh, we also had what's this, Officer Josie, who slapped the lady at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Caught on tape. We watched him hit her, pow, get fired, get his job back. So pretty much every major inner city has been feeling the effects of the trauma we suffer when we have to see another one of our citizens, harmed by the police. It grows and grows and grows into a point where you can't keep calm. Speaking of keeping calm, if you like chamomile tea, I can hook you up with some cases. They about this size. Now this is my Lipton. That's just some regular tea, but I got the chamomile tea, unopened, of course. $5 for 100 tea bags, right? So we gonna win, all right? We will win as long as I get through all of this. And I'm telling y'all towards the end of the show on how you can get these things. Final thoughts. Oh, okay. I got a message. Racism is a public health crisis. Yes. And it's interesting how racism just continued for all this time, for all these years. It's just interesting. But I'm seeing more people joining forces in these protests. I'm also seeing more interracial relationships. So maybe that's not the end all be all answer that I used to preach, but it does help. It helps that the quarterback that won the Super Bowl got mixed parents. It helps. So I'm going to end the discussion on items. I thought these would have been cool. These are like glass jars with like a lid. This lid is pretty strong, 30% stronger than whatever, right? I'm keeping these. So I don't even know why I showed them to you. I want that. So that is everything must go culture. It's not a culture. Swamp meat is a culture. The flea market is a culture. So flea market is like, very small business. So you want to support small business? Go to the flea market. They probably got the same items that I just tried to sell you. Good prices. This day in history, got it. I'm gonna do a couple because since we got so many ladies in the chat. Congress passes the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. Yay! 1919. What? Vegas is back open. Thinking about doing a Father's Day American Culture Topics for Vegas, then shoot. I'm sorry, y'all. Congress passes the 19th Amendment, allowing women, guaranteeing, yeah, it was allowing because women got kind of treated, got the raw end. So yeah, women been wanting to vote since 1848. Yeah. The good news is that was the 19th Amendment. It was interesting because black men were able to vote before white women. I know I didn't think of it until we found out about it, but yeah. So women now have the right to vote. And use that vote. Show the people how powerful you are. I was shocked that Hillary didn't win. Even though she did get the most votes. But she did not win. It was shocking. All right. Also, on this Women's Day in history, Martha Stewart was indicted for securities fraud and obstruction of justice. Now, the securities fraud piece, that's bad. The obstruction of justice, I think she was being a rebel in her own mind and a revolutionary, and she was trying to live by the G code. And she didn't want to tell them who told her what to do with the money, which, by today's generation is bad because snitching is what they want, right? But she was indicted. She ended up doing a year. I think she did 6 months actually in prison and 6 months at home. Martha Stewart is best known for, home decor. She had a show. Apparently, people would look and admire how she took, she took this Pedialyte jar and she was able to make a bong out of it. Like, I don't know what Martha Stewart did. She made a whole lot of money, and she tried to protect that money. But in America, you can't insider trade. All right. And one more woman. Communist activist Angela Davis is acquitted. And Angela Davis, Black militant, philosophy professor at the University of California. She was acquitted on charges of conspiracy, murder, and kidnapping by a jury, I should say, in San Jose, California. Angela Davis, very beautiful woman. I always saw she had a nice little fro, and she had the gap teeth. You know, it's like a sweet. I'll leave that alone right quick. But so she, it just was pretty interesting how she they tried to railroad her in her case, and she just had such a sweet voice. I was like, why they mess with this lady? Luckily, she was found not guilty. Later on, went to become a professor in the history of conscience in California at the University of California. Again, she's written books, including an autobiography in Women, Race, and Class. She says she's no longer a communist because pretty much the Communist Party just won't, there's too much capitalism out here, and we get enough of each race gets enough money to stop communism from ever happening in America. Good, right? Right. I don't want that type of drama, but I gotta be interested in the next couple of years. All right, this is what y'all been waiting for. Those who hung out, you did good. Now you're going to get the information on how to get all of these items. So you did good. You did yourself real good. Oh man, yo, they at my door, yo, they at my door. I'm sorry, I got in the show. Mills Lane, ACT, Cash App donations. Thanks to everybody for joining me today. I wish we had more time, but we're liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great night. Have a great night. I'm gonna talk to y'all next week.